if I do a 10 factorial on top, and then maybe say a 2 factorial times an 8 factorial. So if I just write them next to each other there on the bottom, that means 2 factorial times 8 factorial. Now, I kept these numbers relatively small, but if that was maybe, say, a 72, and this one was maybe 70, and this one might have been 10, all right, you don't want to do that 10 factorial or even 70 factorial on your calculator. You're going to get a huge number. So even once I show you where that factorial button on your calculator is, you don't want to do it because you don't want to write out some 7, 8, 9, 10 digit number. Okay? Now, watch what I'm going to do. 10 factorial means 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times all the way down, right? So I'm going to start 10 times 9, okay? But when I get to 8, I don't want to keep going 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. I want to put 8 factorial because I have an 8 factorial in the bottom. 2 factorial just means 2 times 1, so that's pretty small. I can do that. And then I want to leave 8 factorial in my problem. I want to leave that 8 factorial in the problem because just like you can do when there's a 6 on top and a 6 on bottom, can I cross them off? So if I've got an 8 factorial and an 8 factorial, I can just cross them off, and I didn't have to do 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 all the way down to 1. Okay, now if we like this crossing out idea, I've already expanded that 2 factorial because it wasn't hard. All right, can I reduce the 2 and the 10 if I wanted? Like, could I say 2 goes into 2 one time and 2 goes into 10 5 times? I mean, I could even do that. And now what do I have? I have a 1 on the bottom and a 9 times 5, which is 45. But I didn't need to use a calculator, and I didn't need to use the factorial button on the calculator and get some great big huge number. Okay, let's try it again. Let's do, okay, so a lot of times they are very, very similar. So like a 20 factorial over a 3 factorial times a 15 factorial. So I'm going to want to start expanding my top factorial. So I'm going to start. I'm going to go 20 times 19. How far down do I need to go? Down to my 15. So that is a lot, but could be worse here. All right, when I get to 15, it's crucial that I make sure I put the factorial after the 15. I'm going to go ahead and expand. I wouldn't have to, but I'm going to go ahead and expand the 3 factorial. That's small enough I can do that. I'm going to leave the 15 factorial alone. All right, because legally the only way I can cross it off is that and that. All right, now it really depends. If you wanted to cross off and do like I did up there, you can. But if you don't like that, could you now take a calculator, because yes, you would do this on a calculator, 20 times 19 times 18 times 17 times 16, I could multiply straight across the top. All right, and I would get, and you'll see how large these numbers get, I would get 1,860,480. Okay, big number. And then I could do 3 times 2 times 1. That's just going to give me a nice little 6. I can then divide on the calculator. Top number divided by 6. And that's going to give me a 310,080. All right, so 2 different ways you could do it. If you wanted to cross off some, make the numbers smaller, you could. If you didn't want to do that, you just want to multiply straight across the top, multiply straight across the bottom, that works too. Okay, but these problems are very common, all right, when you're in a probability class because you're just messing around with these factorials.